In 2018, Qatar was ranked 93rd in FIFA ranking, whereas India was ranked 97th. India was just 4 ranks below Qatar. But can you guess where these countries are ranked now? Today, Qatar ranks 34th, whereas India ranks 124th. In just 6 years, Qatar, with a population of less than 3 million, has progressed a lot, whereas India, with a population of nearly 1.5 billion, is struggling. Not only in football, since 1900, India has won just 35 medals in the Olympics, whereas China, with almost the same population, won 89 medals in just 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So, why is India so bad in sports? And who is responsible for this? Let's find out. India is number 1 in cricket, but when it comes to other sports like football, it is way behind. With a population of more than 1.4 billion, it is struggling to compete with other nations. As you know, India has never qualified for the FIFA World Cup. When it comes to basketball, India has never qualified for the main draw of the FIBA Basketball World Cup. In the first 2 games of the FIBA Asia Cup 2025 qualifiers, India lost both games against Kazakhstan and Iran. In volleyball, they have never qualified for the Olympics. India has the biggest population, meaning they have a huge pool of people to pick from. But here comes the twist. Education seems to be the highest preference for every Indian. Indians have been obsessed and worked tirelessly in climbing the socioeconomic ladder of the world, giving them little or no motivation to look at other options in life. This is a result of the poor infrastructure, politics, corruption, low budget, and lack of support that makes the Indian population look at careers that pay and support their livelihood better than sports. First, look at this video.
Please come and watch us in the stadium. Now in Mumbai, and whenever we play, wherever we play, if you're in the same city, come to the stadiums and watch us. Please. Jai Hind.
He is Sunil Chhetri, the former football captain of India. He is, in fact, one of the best players in India. You might be surprised, but he has 94 goals internationally for India, which is only behind Messi and Ronaldo in today's era. He is also very famous in India. Despite being popular, he isn't close to other cricketers like Dhoni, Kohli, and Rohit. As you can see in video, he was requesting the Indian audience to come watch football, which is the most popular sport in the world. In some parts like Kerala and the Northeast, football has maintained its craze, but the country as a whole shows minimal interest in all sports other than cricket. Cricket is very big in India. People treat cricket as a religion, but for other sports, support is rare. For instance, this is Sumit Nagal. He is India's #1 tennis player. Nagal revealed in 2023 that he had only $1,000 left in his bank account. Despite being the only Indian player to qualify for Grand Slams and win a match at the Olympics in recent years, Nagal has not received the necessary support from the government. Saina Nehwal, an Indian professional badminton player, has also expressed her frustration over the disproportionate attention cricket receives compared to other sports. Despite being from the same country, the IPL, a cricket tournament, reaches popularity and developmental heights due to massive crowds and excitement. India's football league, the ISL, has attracted famous footballers like Roberto Carlos and Diego Forlan. But Roberto Carlos was 42 years when he came to play for Delhi in 2015, and Diego Forlan was 36 years old when he joined Mumbai in 2016. These players were at the end of their careers when they played in India, raising the question, does their presence significantly impact football in India? The revenue comparison between the IPL and ISL highlights a vast difference. In 2023, IPL's revenue was around $2 billion, while ISL's was just about $100 million. The viewership numbers also reflect this disparity. Over 500 million people watched the IPL in 2023, whereas the ISL had approximately 81 million viewers. Sponsorship is another area where cricket dominates. The IPL 2023 had 13 sponsors, while the ISL struggled with only two sponsors. Selective privatization attracts all sponsors and various other investment options in one direction, restricting the development of other sports and facilities. Indian leagues have the capacity to be the world's best leagues for all sports equally, like cricket. However, due to the selective privatization of cricket, other sports have been ignored and lack audience attraction due to a shortage of developmental facilities. This is the condition of football pitches in India. Realizing the benefits of sports in general and sports infrastructure in particular, nations such as China, Australia, Japan, and the United States have invested heavily in related infrastructure. For instance, China, as part of its national fitness program, started investing in sports infrastructure in 1995. Australia has focused on grassroots development by building community sports infrastructure. Sports Australia reports $16.2 billion worth of social, health, and economic benefits each year through community sports infrastructure. When Japan was showing its maximum potential and effort in building their infrastructure, they were met with the perfect opportunity to jointly host the 2002 FIFA World Cup. This not only allowed Japan to gain the reputation of being a major footballing nation, but also brought in multiple opportunities to Asia as a continent to engage in football with more promise of better future prospects. The United States has tightly integrated sports infrastructure into its education system by providing athletics with facilities across schools, colleges, and universities. This has helped these nations become global sporting powers. The result is seen in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, where the US took 113 medals, China 89, and Australia 46. India has witnessed a spurt of growth in sports infrastructure development in recent years, which will have a strong impact on the state of sports in the long run. For the 2024 Paris Olympics, India, with a population of 1.4 billion, is sending only 117 athletes. In contrast, Spain, with a population of just 47 million, is sending 382 athletes. This stark difference highlights the underrepresentation of Indian athletes on the global stage. Challenges such as availability of land bank and ineffective utilization of existing infrastructure pose a hindrance to this growth. If you look at the top 3 FIFA ranking countries, none of its president or governing body of football is a politician. But if you look at India, the All India Football Federation's president is an Indian politician from the Bharatiya Janata Party. In 2022, FIFA also banned India due to politics. Former AIFF President Praful Patel, who is also a politician from the Nationalist Congress Party, refused to resign from his post as the head of football in the country after his tenure of 3 years ended in December 2020. The matter went to the Supreme Court, which announced the immediate resignation of Patel and formed a 3-member committee of administrators to run the AIFF and govern the sport. FIFA's rules state that its member federations must be free from legal and political interference. Here, the matter was in legal interference, and FIFA banned India. Not only in football, but if you look at wrestling, hockey, shooting, badminton, and tennis, all are run by Indian politicians. Formula One races were organized in India from 2011 until 2013. JP Sports International Limited was the organizer of Formula One racing in India and had signed a 5-year contract with Formula One management to host the championship in India. But due to a tax dispute with the Uttar Pradesh government, the 2015 edition was cancelled. When the deal was signed, Mayawati was the CM of UP. After the 2014 election, Akhilesh Yadav became the new CM and said that F1 is not a sport, but entertainment, and levied taxes on the event. The government pressured the organizer to pay a 25% entertainment tax for the last 3 seasons, which made the organizer cancel the event, and they haven't come back again. Corruption and mismanagement in sports federations have hindered the growth and development of Indian athletes. These scams often involve embezzlement of funds, manipulation of selection processes, and favoritism, which demoralize athletes and prevent them from reaching their full potential. In 2010, India set to host the Commonwealth Games, which was hit by a financial corruption scandal involving the Indian Olympic Association and the organizing committee. The scam involved top officials misappropriating funds, leading to an estimated $4.1 billion scam, severely impacting the credibility and development of sports in India. This scandal not only tarnished India's image globally, but also highlighted the deep-rooted issues of corruption and mismanagement in Indian sports administration. There are multiple sports scams, which makes India weak in sports. The budget for Indian sports is $411 million, which is much less than China's $3.2 billion. Also, the Khelo India movement aims to revitalize the sports culture in India with a budget of $262 million. However, a significant portion of this budget goes towards organizing and setting up competitions rather than providing necessary resources and equipment for athlete preparation. For India to truly excel in sports, a more balanced approach to funding is required, focusing on grassroots development and infrastructure improvement. To improve sports in India, grassroots development should be prioritized. Politics and sports should be kept separate, and more infrastructure should be built to support the development of athletes. Corruption must be eliminated, ensuring that every sports person receives equal respect, regardless of the sport they play.